Welcome back to Sports First, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we talk UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen. This is song get on. Let's get it started. Couple of canceled fights. This one right here, didn't even know about it. The Myra fight. Giga Sadiq. I knew the Giga was on there. I didn't know his face was Sadiq. But down, I think Giga's injured. I'm not sure actually. I didn't even look it up. And then Aspen Lad. I'm shit. See, it's in the bottom. So yep, there you go. About yesterday. But yeah, she missed her weight as well. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, compared to, I mean, it's not as crazy as, well, I don't know if it ever gets as crazy as it did, like last week, if any of y'all caught everything that happened last week, the 279 situation with the switching of the fights and all that other good, actually wasn't all good stuff. Even though I mean, I did enjoy the fights, but still. Today I'm mainly gonna be talking three last cards, because to be honest, the majority of the fights, by the time the card ends, I almost forget the majority of the things that happen. Like the Boozer card, I remember there was a couple of takedowns. The Hernandez ones, I caught the second. Well, I did catch the majority of the fight, but I didn't feel like I caught enough of that one to even talk about. And the early prelim card, I caught the last one. I caught some of the other ones too, but I didn't really fully catch those either. The Damian Jackson one where he hit him with a kick, the front kick to the jaw, and then hit him with a couple of with a combination, and pretty much took him out. So this shouldn't take too long, which I try my best not to make my shows long, anyways. So I don't feel like they need to be too long, since I feel like most UFC fans, you know, we catch or find ways to get our info some way, somehow, or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much a recap, because I don't know, just because most people ain't probably doing it this early, and I'm doing it this early. I try to my best to do them after fights. Haven't done one in a little bit, but let's get right into it. Aljo versus Philly featherweight division. That fight was crazy, because either fighter could have easily been knocked out by a kick, a spinning kick, or just there was one where Phil hit right on Billy's face, and I don't know how the guy freaking stood there and took that shit and just continued with the fight. It's crazy that the fight. That's I'm trying to say that it's crazy that the fight went to decision. It probably wouldn't have if in the third round, when I think Philly just figured it, or I don't know if his corner told him that he was winning, and he decided to go for a takedown. Actually, see, that's the other thing. I didn't even realize that Bill Aljo actually even attempted a takedown, unless all of these takedowns came at the very end, which I don't remember too, because I feel like this whole fight was fought standing up, with all the craziness this fight had. But I'm big on Philly. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight again. But Bill wasn't too bad himself. By the numbers, down to the total strikes, holy shit, I didn't realize that freaking Bill threw so much at him. 151 for 246. This is a lighter weight division, so, you these guys, obviously, they throw a little bit more and they can take a little bit more, because, obviously the power isn't there compared to the freaking heavyweights. But yeah, that man, I totally see. That's the thing. So much of this crap goes over my head right after the fights, even though I do the show right after the fucking fight. When Fieli had, I think I'm pronouncing his fucking name right. Maybe I am, maybe I ain't. Uh, but Andre, let's go by Andre for now. He had him in a rear naked choke, and Bill Aljo, for some fucking reason, wouldn't tap. I'm like, this guy is about to faint. Like, what was the other fight? I think Boozer actually fainted. I think that was. Oh no, no, that was the Hernandez fight. The Hernandez, he made his opponent sleep, which I'm like, these guys are crazy, you know. But yeah, Andre just pretty much had him locked. I'm like, this guy is about to faint. It was similar to who was that? Andre Volkanovski when old boy Ortega had him in that leg lock or whatever the heck that I forget. Is that a was that a triangle or what was that? We actually had him in two different submission locks and he didn't tap out. Similar to that, I was just like, this guy's fucking crazy. This guy's cuckoo. He's off his fucking rockers, and he would not tap out. And he couldn't get out anyways, but he was still throwing some shots, which I feel like that's why his number is so big for total strikes. Now that it hits me, I feel like he probably threw what 30, maybe 30, close to 30 to 40 or lower number. Front when he was on the ground, just backward shots, which sometimes fighters don't do that, but they look like they were fucking with Andre Fili. Like I said, I feel like I don't know how the hell this fucking guy didn't top, but he didn't top, ladies and gentlemen, and that's you know that's some legitness from Billy Aljo. Gotta we out here fanning up for these mugs. But yeah, Andre's a beast too. Also, he did say he had I don't know if he's married or his girlfriend or somebody had a pretty much miscarriage, so he's going to have himself a kid, and so that sucks for Philly. But hey, I mean, he did get the dub. As wrong as that fucking sounds, he still got the dub. Uh, Obviously, he's happy about that, but with the loss, so it's yeah. I'm done talking about that. It's a UFC show for God's sakes. It's not we ain't on that other stuff. RoboCop. Gregory Rodrigo had himself a pretty good fight last time. I was looking forward to his next fight, to be honest. And Chidi Bang Bang. This fight right after these two back-to-back fights. See, that's sometimes these fight nights are. It's weird. They're better than if technically this fight night was better than UFC 279 technically, like as in like straight up fights for fights. I mean, actually, let me look real quick before I make a crazy ass statement, because in reality, Nate Diaz Ferguson was good, but it wasn't. I don't know if you could say it was great. And Li Jiang, Daniel Rodriguez, I actually would have to see that again because Tony Walker wasn't Johnny Walker wasn't too bad. But if we're talking main cards, I think I would say Fight Night was better, to be honest. I mean, what am I going lousy? But I mean, that's how it is a lot of times. It's fucking weird. It's the product you technically pay for is not as good sometimes. I mean, it's not always like that. But I mean, they did have the card would obviously people would probably enjoy it more. Actually, it was better that this happened because the other thing is I didn't expect fucking Hamza to actually wrestle Kevin Holm, even though that's obviously the smart move to do. It just seemed personal. They say it's personal. Oh, these guys aren't gonna wrestle. These guys are gonna fucking go at it. And they fucking Hamza just comes in there and starts wrestling him. But we ain't even really. I'm not even talking about that card. I'm talking about the Corysandhagen song card. So yeah, let's get back to that. But yeah, this Gregory Rodriguez versus Chidi Bang Bang. What a name! What a nickname for a fighter, right? This guy, Chidi Bang Bang. Actually, I think this is my first time. I don't know how I've missed so much of his freaking fights. Actually, I don't even know how I missed so much Rodriguez fights. But I don't know, somehow, some way, I find ways to miss a lot of fights, even though I shouldn't be. But this fight, right off the bat, it's crazy that it even got to round two because right off the biznat, they were just going at it. And this guy Chidi, he's got some powerful punches. I tell you, well, just he's powerful all around. But then again, so is Rodriguez. I feel like down the line these guys could meet again, but I'm not 100 because they're both kind of old. You could say they're kind of old, but say they're in the UFC for 4 or 5 more years. Because Chidi's what 34, and I think Gregory's 30. That's not 100. I'm just this year's. Well, actually, I remember when I watched the fight, for sure I saw that Chidi was 34, but I'm not 100 on Rodriguez. I mean, neither guy's record is, even though Chidi's actually has 8 losses. I don't know how he lost 8 fucking losses, or he has 8 fucking losses for somebody that has that much power and just he looked pretty good out there, to be honest. So yeah, right off the bat, Chidi hits him with the fucking knee to the freaking middle, or like right where the nose meets the brow area, and he was cut up so bad that I mean anybody that was watching, I mean the commentators, everybody was like, as soon as the doctor sees it, that's gonna be the fight, and that's probably that might be one of the craziest cuts I've seen. Just how open it looked. That or I mean, there's always cuts in the UFC. Obviously, can't get to one specifically right off the bat, but every other event there's a pretty bad cut, and you're like, damn, how the hell does this guy get that and not quit and just continue with the damn fight? But these UFC guys, they're the toughest, as they say. But mainly Rodriguez, obviously, with he's got pretty good wrestling. For a Brazilian, obviously they're mainly with that BJJ. But Rodriguez can actually wrestle too. Chidi, he would get up here and there, but then I feel like that's what got him. Just he just pretty much got worn out, to be honest. And because they wouldn't stop, they would just throw punches anytime they were, when they were against the fence, nothing was stopping. To be honest, the majority of us probably expected Chidi to win after seeing that gash and just the blood and getting in the eyes and all that stuff, and somehow, some way, Rodriguez freaking found a way because he got him to the ground, and then Chidi just started covering up. I don't know. I think it was the fatigue or what the fuck it was, but this is one of the first times I don't remember ever seeing a fighter just right when he hit the ground just covered his face. I mean, I've seen it before, but just the way he did it was a little different. It was almost I don't want to say he gave up, but he didn't really fight back in a way because maybe he just knew it was over. Because it probably was over. Because I mean, Gregory, he's one of those guys. You're on the ground, you get hit a couple of times, that's it. So technically, he didn't get the technical TKO, even though he's most likely shook and all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to both fighters' next fights. I'm pretty sure their next opponent is not going to be looking forward to their to fighting either one of these guys, because these guys are beasts. Probably Chidi probably needs to work a little bit on the cardio, but it wasn't too bad from the beginning. But when he went down, it looked like cardio was an issue. Or because he thought he was probably about to win the fight in the first round. He just kept hitting, and just emptying the tank. That could be a situation too, where that could have affected it. Main fight: Corysandhagen, Son Yadong. See, I feel like for only talking about technically 3 fights, I took much longer than I wanted to. But yeah, the main card: Corysandhagen, Son Yadong. Really, well, I don't know if compared to the two, the co-main and the pretty much the third to last fight on the card. I don't know if I could say this fight was much better than those two, but this fight again, another gash, a gasha. I don't know. This one actually technically had to be stopped, but off the bat or right from the beginning, um, Corey Sandhagen just was pretty much doing everything. But then again, Song Yadong really wasn't like just giving him everything he wanted. One thing was Corey Sandhagen actually did attempt a lot of takedowns. One for 14, I didn't realize that. But that gets to the other fighter. He did say after the fight that was pretty much the plan, so he can get openings and all, which he fucking did. He got them openings because Sang. It was weird the way Sang Yadong was actually like. 'Cause actually, the first one I forgot about that. The first one, Sang Yadong actually somehow reversed it in a way where he actually got him down. Oh, he tripped him. He went for the back of his foot and tripped him, which I was like, holy shit. Um, I don't think I've seen that being done to him. I mean, technically, TJ Dillashaw actually put him against the fence when he was just kind of controlling the fight a little bit, even though Corey was the one in that Corey Dillashaw fight, even though Corey was the one doing the pounding. Um, but still, see, it's 2 for 2 for takedowns, 1 for 14. I forget what was that another slip? I forget if it was another slip or not, where he just pretty much I don't it wasn't a hip toss. I'm sure it was also he just like got him from the back, which I don't know. I don't feel like all fighters do this. When they got him when they're grabbing each other and you just get them from the back. It's such a smart way to get a takedown. A simple ass. Well, it's not simple. Obviously, got to work on that shit, but still, Sang Yadong got that. And then Sang Yadong, obviously, the power came in because there was a couple of. Was it the first or second? I'm not 100, but Sang Yadong hit him with a hook, and that shit shook Corey Sandhagen. And I feel like in that situation, I know it was early in the fight, but Song should have probably took an advantage and just started wailing on him. Because, I mean, he looks like he has an engine where he can keep going for a little bit, but he didn't. And Corey just, with all of his, even Henry Cejudo he texted or tweeted, he's one of the most technical or the most technical fighter in the UFC. I forget if he said the division, but he is. I mean, just the all around game, and he just pretty much he added more of a wrestling aspect to his game, which makes him even more dangerous. But then again, I don't know if his wrestling could, like compete with the likes of Aljamain Sterling, because Sterling, I forget if it was a rear naked choke that he got them with, but yeah. So yeah, now Corey Sandhagen got that too. Man, he looked pretty pumped from the very beginning of the fight. He was just walking around like a goddamn crackhead. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw that too. But just the way he was moving back and forth, I'm like, this guy just won't fucking stop. Sang Yadong was just looking and all smiling and shit. It didn't affect Sang Yadong because Sang Yadong, if it wasn't for that fucking elbow, I don't know. So I don't like it when I hate the cuts, to be honest. I'm not a big fan. Well, it's still a part of the game, and if you can cut somebody up, it just takes away a lot of what they do, and but I hate it when it happens, I also hate when a non-wrestler faces a wrestler because it's just, obviously the wrestler just does whatever the hell he wants. It's pretty much rape out there. But the cuts, they just ruin the fucking, in a way, ruin the fight. But then again, as the, song should probably be, like, in a way, ready for that kind of shit. But then again, I mean, the thing is, Sandhagen uses elbows a lot, is what I'm trying to fucking say. But so even after that, his dodging is fucking crazy. Sang Yadong's dodging is crazy, man. This is dodging wise, like just dodging punches, moving his head, ducking and dodging and shit. It's probably the best in the UFC. I don't think I've seen a fighter do what he did today. Even though he lost, that show is fucking. It was nice to see, or just it was beautiful just the dodging. He dodged so much fucking shots that probably another fighter that Corey Sandhagen Santaman would have taken those shots. He was just having fun with it, is what I'm saying. Um, but still, not a terrible fight for Sang Yadong, to be honest. I feel like I said, he did win round two. Round three he had, but he messed up in certain areas, and that round was taken away from him. And obviously after round four, actually I think he shook him. He shook Corey Sandhagen in round three as well. But I know for sure he shook him. It was in round one or two, even though he ended up losing that round. Um, but like I said, Corey Sandhagen with all he had, he just couldn't, last in there with him. But still, now he's 19-7. But it's the UFC, just keep fighting and hopefully you have yourself. I mean, he was on a 3-fight win streak. Hopefully Shangadong gets back on the winning side of things. Because same with RoboCop and him. I don't want to be saying the song's next opponent because he gonna whoop some fucking ass. I believe so. Depending on who the opponent is, though. But Corey Sandhagen said he wants Vieira or Murab, which those fights I either way. Actually, I want to see both fights, win or lose. If he wins one or lose the other, I want to see both fights, and I wouldn't. Yeah, I want to see either one of those fights, and obviously, if he can win one of those, he's probably gonna. The winner of one of those is probably gonna get a title shot. So that's gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of fun. Upcoming fights. Upcoming fights. Zhang Lian, Mackenzie Dern, Yan Jiang, Mackenzie Dern. After that, we got what is this actually the main card for this one? Vivian versus Alexa. I'm not sure because there's nothing else that's showing up unless they haven't. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I said tripping? Then you got UFC 280. Maybe that. Oh, I remember hearing something about where there's two female, co's or main events, which ain't nothing wrong with it. But then you got the big Kahuna, Charles Dubronc Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. Aljamain Sterling versus DJ Shisha. Sean Sugar Show and Piotr Yan. These are all good fights. Could be, can be, and can be. Fight. The freaking. I thought there was another fight in here, but I'm not sure. Could easily be the card of the year, UFC 280. And then let's see what we got. There you go, Gamrad versus Dariush. That's the other one. This is probably gonna be the fucking card of the year. Then you got Sean Brady, Belal Muhammad. Probably future. Either one of these guys could be future. Probably. Well, one of them I know for sure can. After this is gonna get a title shot if he can win this. The other one is probably gonna be a future champion, Sean Brady, because he's just younger, and I think his name is or it's pronounced Brahilio. He's a fucking beast. I mean, damn, this fucking card is just stacked, to be honest, up and down. And then Magid. Oh no, that's I'm thinking of somebody else. But yeah, we got a stacked fucking card coming up, ladies and gentlemen. 280. You don't want to miss that. I know I don't. Sabotage.